Hi, my name is David Picó. I'm from the Departament de Sistemes Informàtics y Computació. In this unit, we are going to talk about how to use the principle of similarity, which is a principle of the Gestalt psychology, the theory of perception, and how to apply it to web design. Okay, first let's see what the principle is about. Here we can see a configuration with no groups. This is a neutral configuration where we can see a number of circles that form a square, and we don't see any group inside. It's just a plain, a neutral configuration. Okay, let's see what happens when we make this difference. Okay, once we see this, everyone here, due to the features, the characteristics of the human perception system, we can see 6 different columns. We perceive 6 different columns, and instead of, for example, perceiving 6 different rows. Okay, this happens. We could be perceiving 6 rows like black, white, white, blue, etc. But our brain groups elements which are similar, and we see 6 columns. Okay, the similarity effect, means that when we perceive elements that are similar, our brain has the tendency to group them and think that they have some connection. Okay, this is very important for web design. This is important because in web design, specifically, similar elements, when we display elements which are similar in different pages within a website, the user will understand that these similar elements have a similar function. Okay, we can use this to our own profit in order to help the readers understand what we mean in a better way. Or if we don't take care of this effect, we can produce websites which are very confusing. So the similarity effect is very important for visual coherence. It's very important for using it as a tool, such as, for example, marking different sections or use a reminder. We're going to see examples of this right now. Let's see the first one. For example, here we have a menu with 9 elements. These 9 elements may be the 9 sections we're displaying here. Maybe it could be the case that they have no grouping. I mean, there are really 9 different sections with no relationship between one another. Okay, this could be the case, but it's more common that these 9 sections, for example, are grouped in the following way. For example, as I draw here, we have 4 sections which are T1, T2, T3, T4, which have some kind of semantic relationship. Then we have P1, P2, P3, which have some kind of relationship. And then we have R1, R2, which also have some kind of relationship. So we want to express somehow, and that will help the reader, we want to express that there are 3 different groups. Okay, we can do this using the principle of similarity and just adding different icons to the menu. That would do it. Because here the user will perceive very fast that there are 3 blocks and the 3 blocks behave differently. And if you do that, the person will immediately understand that the first 4 sections have some relationship to one another, and the other 3 and the other 2 the same thing. Okay, we can also have this effect using any other visual clue. For example, we can have the same effect with colors. If we use colors, we are expressing exactly the same idea. We can do this even more sophisticated because, for example, imagine that the T block and the P block have some connection somehow, and the R block has no connection at all. So we want to express that the T1, 2, 3, and 4 are one section which has some connection to P1, 2, 3, and R1, R2 are something totally different. Okay, we can do this using colors as well. For example, here we are using a blue, two levels of blue to understand, to make the user understand that there is a big block, which is the first 7 options, and then there are 2 subsections within that block. And R1, R2 are in yellow, are something totally different. This will help the users understand what is going on within the contents much faster than the original configuration we had where there was no difference between the menu options. Okay, let's see another example. This is a picture of Google News, which is a service of a selection, a search of news that happen every day. Okay, as you may know, Google usually uses a very simple design. First, because they want the pages to be downloaded very fast, and probably, my guess is that second, they have chosen this like simple appearance. Okay, there are simple basic colors, and they play with typography. Let's see how they are using the similarity principle here to make all this big amount of information that is displayed in this page be understandable easily. Okay. In the first place, they are using typography. For example, blue color in typography is used to indicate links which have a direct access to a piece of news. So that when you see a blue link, this means that you have the title of the original piece of news, and if you click there, you will go to see that piece of news in the original media. When you see a link in green, the green color is indicating that the text that you can read on the link, for example here, La Voz de Galicia, this indicates that this is the name of the media, so that you can see the name of the media in green and then click there and go to see a piece of news. So there are 2 different types of links that are displayed differently. Also, they're using boldface to indicate that you have a blog title. There are some big blogs with a lot of information and smaller blogs with a little information about a piece of news, and they are using boldface to indicate that the link is the header of the blog. A third use of color is the gray color. Here they're using gray color to indicate that what they are showing in gray, it's information about the source. You have a piece of news, and then they have in gray the name of the source, and this is not a link. So this is used homogeneously in the whole website. Whenever you see something in gray, this indicates that you see the media, but you don't have a link on that. Okay. Let's see another example. For example, here they're using a menu with different colors. The different colors that you can see in the menu are also used to make you a reminder. Once you get into the section, you will see a header that is using the same color that you saw in the menu. For example, if you go to International, which is the second option, you see a little rectangle in yellow, and once you enter the section, you see the second header you see here on the slide, and which is also displayed in yellow. That is helping the user recognize and remember what's the section he or she is in. A third example in Google Maps, in Google News is this. They are using also links which are marked by icons. There are different types of links that produce different behaviors, and they're indicating that they have different behaviors using some icons. It's pretty much the same way we did on the menu example before. For example, in the first link, you can see a little plus sign, and then at the end the YouTube icon. This is indicating that if you click there, you will directly be able to view a video. In the second example, you have a link which ends in 2 little arrows. This indicates that if you click there, you won't be reading a piece of news directly, but you will be seeing a list of results. And the third example, you have a little envelope And this indicates that if you click there, you will be able to send a mail somewhere. You can send the piece of news to a friend or whatever. So see that if we go back to the page, see that there is a lot of information in this page. And even though the graphic techniques they are using, they're pretty simple because they are not big pictures or anything. They're just playing with small differences in typesetting and small icons. They are able to produce a very rich visual interface, which is giving you very many clues about what is going to happen if you click here or you click there. Okay, so as a summary, the similarity principle, especially for website, the main idea is that in a website, a similar appearance implies a similar function, and you have to use that as a designer for giving a visual coherence. And you can also use it as a technique for doing different things. And the examples we saw marking different sections or having a reminder between different pages so the user can remember that some particular element has some particular function. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for your attention.